shotgun rider for the San Jacinto line. The desert is...
All right, let's see how far we can get through this without a camera dying or a phone dying. So, here's where we're at for tonight. Transmission's in. Working on the cross member now. Obviously bell housing, clutch, flywheel, all that jazz. Had a few mistakes. The one we just currently made is we put this cross member in L backwards. So we got to correct our mistake. I may or may not have tapped the plug on the back side of the transmission and dumped transmission fluid all over Ryan's face. All over Ryan's face. That's up for debate.
It happens.
But yeah, we made good progress tonight at least. Gonna get this thing in and mounted, locked down. That way, pretty much all the big stuff is in. So you're catching the tail end of it. If we can't position this old girl in here.
I had this spacer in there before.
Oh, this is way easier with a jack.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Spaces. Alright. Not gonna lie to you.
What?
Look.
I was right!
Sir, you were right.
Those pictures.
Is that what, pictures in the car like that?
Yeah. But you can also use this kit on before 87, and I think it's a different mounting configuration. Oh, shit.
Yahtzee!
Well, at least now we know.
That's a tight motor, or tight transmission.
Tight transmission.
Alright.
She's in.
It's 15/16 the motor down. Actually, no, let's not do that yet, because I don't know if we're going to have to, we still might have to pick up the motor a little bit to get the headers in. So I think that's pretty much it for tonight.
You know, all things considered, I mean, granted, we could have done this in one night if we had the time. Holy shit. If you don't believe me about the old transmission fluid,
Got a little on me.
I'll buy you a new shirt. Yeah, all things considered, I mean, we could have done this all in one night, but, you know, if we had the time anyway. But now all the big parts are done. Motor in, transmission in.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, yes, I, in the past, was a professional mechanic. Like, did that. But I didn't work on these all the time. So, I mean, and you don't work on these all the time. And I haven't been mechanicking for a year. So, I mean, granted, somebody that is super professional, knows exactly what they're doing, every nut and bolt, with socket size, everything. Like, they could probably do it really quick, and we can do it pretty quick. But I feel like we've made a considerable amount of headway in a fairly short amount of time. And there's a motor in the car.
I mean, the only thing we're not doing for memory is torque specs.
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, we do know wherever, like, we're just looking through buckets of bolts, like, that's the bolt for this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're figuring that out. But, I mean, like, we don't do it every day.
Okay, well, you know the deal by now. We've been working in short bursts, unfortunately, as time kind of allows. It's Tuesday. If we want to get this car running before the car show on Sunday, we have a little bit of work to do. We can make it happen, Captain.
I think so. We didn't work on it last night. Well, we did and we didn't. We didn't work on the car physically last night, but that's because I had to take the flywheel and get it turned after work. And that took considerably longer. Very few places you can take a flywheel at 9 o'clock and get it turned. So I don't really have footage. I got like a short clip of it getting turned, but
Better than the old whiz wheel like you did last time.
yeah, better than the whiz wheel, and still got something done. I've been really pissed if it didn't do it, and then it slipped.
Okay, well, again, late on a school night, and this video is going to have a lot of that in and out, back and forth. So that's it for tonight. We'll see you when we see you.
I don't know what those hooks are for.
Are they for your plug wires?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, these headers tight, very tight.
They're big boy headers, though.
It's okay. Old Doug knows how to make a hell of a header. I know it's probably fairly common. I had never, maybe Ryan has, messed with slip fit headers. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know how common they are. Probably more than I think. It'll be fine. The only issue that I can kind of see off the bat is this runner doesn't give a ton of clearance for the eyelet and the bell housing where the clutch cable will go through to connect to the fork. If you can see that super grainy version of the eyelet down there, and the clearance from this runner, not ideal, but we should be able to put a little heat wrap around the cable, make it all right. Have you ever, I was just saying, have you ever put in or used a set of slip fit headers?
Like these?
Yeah. How common are they?
I mean, fairly common for old school stuff. You know, and that's the reason why I'm kind of curious about the brackets there. Is like, you ever see like the headers that got springs?
No.
You never seen those?
Mm-mm.
You know, like springs in between the tubes? That's why I'm kind of curious if that's what those are for. But, I mean, it's not super common. Like the slip fit stuff isn't super common on like, you know, later model stuff. But I'm pretty sure with like older, you know, them old school hot rods, it's a more common thing for them guys. For us new school kids, I don't think it is. I also don't know if this is what I should do. There's probably a guy screaming on the television, like, don't do that. But in my little brain, this cannot hurt. It can only help. I don't know if that's the truth. That's what I'm going with. I did it to my clamps on the...
Yeah, I mean, we've used it for clamps a bunch.
Did it for my clamps on the Yukon, and those headers are leaking, so...
Well, that's a good sign.
But I just put... Those have slip fits, too, on, like, the Y-pipe. And so I just put it underneath, like, the band clamps. I think it helped. I mean, it would. Let me rephrase that. It definitely helped because before it really leaked, and now it only like kind of leaks. And I think the leak's at a O2 sensor. So
in my non-engineering brain, it kind of makes sense because the exhaust would be flowing like downstream of
flowing
the
downstream, and this just prevents whatever little bit of back pressure.
Yeah.
And since I'm going straight pipe, no back pressure.
No cats.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes, no, we will be putting cats on this and
I'll put a
running
couple
them
cats
the way
in it,
that they
too.
need to be. All right, so my phone ran out of storage, but we kind of took a break on this side. Now we're running into a little bit of an issue on the passenger side.
Well, touching in a couple spots and not allowing us to get... I mean, this looks tight, but it's not. There's a gap there, and the tighter we get this, the more it pulls the, you know, back end of the header over, which is already touching, you know,
You can kind of see, yeah, we're
touching the tubes down there. You can see it. So I'm gonna try. I already kind of tried to move the motor a little bit. I might try a little bit more. Because the other thing is, like, down there where it's touching, on the bottom of the K-member, I'll just smack that with a hammer. So I think we are good, because I think it looks like it's away from the head. I think that was kind of partially what you're seeing, but so see around like the face of these, how it's raised. I think that's not that it was. I mean, it was definitely hitting before, and I think we made it a lot better. But I think that's part of what we're seeing on the gap.
It's definitely raised a little bit, you're right.
Because in the directions it said they do an O-ring seal that, which it said virtually eliminates, you know, gasket leaks. Because it's not the whole flat that's sealing; it's fucking pressing around that, around the tube. All right, so if this car is going to be at a car show, we got like 8 hours. Saturday night, it is 11 o'clock. A lot of progress been made since the last time you've seen us. So last time you've seen us was Thursday night, and not a lot of progress got made then. A lot of progress has been made since. I worked on it last night. Got some of the underneath stuff done. Got the fuel tank out of it. Had to go get parts. Yeah, so the new fuel pump in. Oh god. I don't know if it's where we're at, but Junebug's heavy. It's got a 340 liter Walbro pump in it. Not the correct pump for that style hanger, but made it work. It was free from a good buddy, so really can't complain. You know, a little bit of make it happen. But the tank's been pulled out. That's been put in. I did mount battery box in the rear. We might be putting the battery tray back in it if this is going to run. But battery box mounted. It's a lot easier to mount the battery box whenever the fuel tank's out, so I just went ahead and did that at the same time, because whether it happens now or happens later, the battery box, the battery's definitely going to be back there at whatever point. I replaced all the header bolts with longer header bolts. Plugs are in it. All these things sound very unclimactic and inconsequential, and like they shouldn't take a bunch of time, but they have taken a fairly considerable amount of time. Right now we're getting the front accessories on. Jesse's getting the front accessories on. Then we'll stab the distributor. It's already at TDC. It's looking good. What are you looking for? And it's actually pretty close. It is open headers at the moment. So if we do try to fire it up tonight, my neighbors are gonna hate me. Yeah, the intake plenum spacer that I need to really clear these valve covers didn't show up. So I've got a set of just Stocko, not a fuel pump. I got a set of Stocko valve covers that got washed, just chilling over there. So this might get tossed in. Battery box, I mean, it's in there, but it's not. I mean, I don't have any wire to run up to the front. Speaking of which, I need to put my 6-year-old battery back on the charger. No, because it doesn't.
Oh wait, it's this one, but this one goes through here.
It's like a puzzle. It's a brain teaser.
That's not it. That's not it.
Hey, Yahtzee! Or just leave it on. What's that?
Hose is kind of a bitch to put on.
So we're a little further. The radiator's in. Of course, all the accessories are on. Hoses are on. Hoses are on. Pipes in. Valve covers are just set on there. Still got to put the other ones on. Had to hit up, 1 a.m. parts store run. When your homeboy's got the same car.
That's what I said. That's why we can never not have the same things. Because, 1 a.m., where else are you going to go to get a couple random sensors?
He's cleaning up the old fuel rail at the moment. Gonna pop some injectors in it. Gonna assemble a couple things on the plenum. ECM's in it, just hanging out on the floorboard. Chilling down there. We got to put the passenger seat in it. Got to put driver's seat in. Driver's seat's in the attic. Unless I pull the Kirky out of the sim rig. Probably not going to do that. Probably just going to get the sports seat out of the attic. Got a couple tears in it, but it'll be all right.
So, as I was saying, I do have a couple questions for those in YouTube landia. So, as an avid YouTube automotive content consumer myself, I feel like we've done a lot in the last couple hours that could be classified as boring, just stuff like this.
Some filler.
Yeah, just your casual anime filler episodes. Do you guys like to see that? Do you want to watch the little stuff, like me putting this fuel pressure regulator on, or I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff is when you're doing it, it's boring, but when you're watching the video, just a quick showing of what's happening, maybe it's interesting. What do you think?
I guess it depends. It seems to be the majority of that stuff is your YouTubers do the time lapse on, but
yeah,
when you're working in the same area and there's not heavy visual progress going on, and it's just I'm back, I'm over here, then I'm over there, and I'm over here, I'm over there, and you can't really see anything happening.
Yeah,
I don't know.
finding the balance of it like being intriguing and interesting to watch, knowing kind of what we're doing, but not being like a how-to, like step-by-step process of like how to do this or whatever, because sometimes we don't even know what the we're doing. Let us know. Long story short, let us know in the comments. Drop a comment down below. What do you want to see? Let us know. Not hard. Powder coat.
Yeah, a little bit of powder coat in the holes. That's just nature's Loctite. Actually, no, that's cross-thread. No! That's painter's Loctite. Well, painter's Loctite there.
Breaking news, coming to you with a very important update. I f***ed something up. Not great. Not great. We were locking down this fuel line, and I thought I was getting past the little crunchiness of the powder coat on those kind of first couple threads. Turns out she was a little bit cross-threaded. I was trying to back it back out and snap. No bueno. But good thing we got the man for the job. Actually, I'm just testing your skills. This is what this is.
Yeah,
I want to see what you can do.
Well, I have currently already fucked up. Try to use that drill bushing to just kind of half-ass center it. Turns out not centered. I've just made a bad situation worse.
Vibes. All-time low. Thanks to me. Not great.
So, try to drill it. Thing with extracting broken bolts is if a bolt is broken because it's, because somebody over tightened it and, stretched it too much and snapped it. Typically, like, a lot of the guys out there that do this, they know sometimes you can just hit them with a pick and, spin them out. When they're, when she's got a little painter's Loctite on it, you can't necessarily always do that. So, for all intents and purposes, cross-threaded. I don't actually think it's cross-thread. I just think there was a bunch of shit in the threads. We should have chased them. It's not necessarily Jesse's fault. It's just,
My fault. You just say it. You don't have to say it just to make me feel better.
we were just in a hurry. So, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Turns out, not fine. I don't have it's a 1/4 inch. I don't have any 1/4 inch helicoils. So, I got some 6mm. I got some 5/16, but I don't have any 1/4 inch helicoils. So, tomorrow, wake up, and we still got to get a belt anyways. I need transmission fluid to fill the transmission. Yeah, there's still some things that I need anyways, and was gonna, mean a trip to the parts store, so add it on the list. Another trip, just trip to the parts store. Hopefully they have a 1/4 inch helicoil in stock. I would think so. Standard stuff is kind of getting a little bit more rare, but I would think they'd have it, so. We'll run over there, grab that stuff. We'll upsize the hole, tap it, put the helicoil in, and it'll be like it never happened. So it just means not getting the plenum on tonight. Who knows? Maybe USPS will deliver my parts that are supposed to be here today, tomorrow. Oh shit! They don't run on Sundays. USPS notoriously unreliable for us here in Northwest Missouri. Kansas City, Kansas distribution centers where packages go to die.
Okay. To the liquor store. To the liquor store we go.
It's a motor in a car, and that doesn't sound like a lot to most people, but it's pretty good for us.
Yep.
All right, this is gonna be a lot of cuts in a video, a lot. How about next time you see this car, we're trying to fire. Next time you see the car. This is where we're at right now. Pretty good, but not perfect. Next time you see it.
Realistically, if I hadn't f***ed that up, it'd be f***ing everything pretty much together right now.
Yeah. All right. Next time you see the car, we're going to fire it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages, today's the day. After a week hiatus. Been a week. As you just saw, we had some issues with bolting down the fuel rail, which we have now gotten taken care of. We didn't show you the rest of the assembly of the motor or the top half just because it is what it is, and we were sorting through that for a while. But Ryan got that all fixed. And then just putting everything back together.
And also had to wait on parts.
Yeah, that's true.
The United States Postal Service leaves a little bit to be desired. Order parts on the 5th. Don't get them till the 19th. That's an awful long time. Makes me think twice of using USPS on free shipping. From now on, I think I'll pay the upcharge, get a little sooner, unfortunately. But it's together. Like Jesse said, of course, bolt got broke off in the intake for the fuel rail, so we drilled it out, put a helicoil in. Ran into a little bit more issues with some powder coat in the lower where the upper bolt's on, so kind of been back and forth dealing with that. It doesn't have the actual intake pipe on it, and doesn't have the throttle cable on it, because I'm going to have to modify the throttle bracket because I got a different spacer now, and it's wanting to touch and hit stuff on the inside. So, but I want to hear it run, so we're just going to leave that off right now. I wasn't going to plug the MAF in anyways, because I'm hoping that'll kind of help it at least idle.
Yeah, we're not
unplugged. I think it goes open loop.
Closed loop to open loop,
Yeah.
I think. Correct us if we're wrong, but I think not up to temp is closed loop. When you get to temp, it's when you open up to open loop. Maybe, could be wrong.
But with the MAF unplugged, it'll stay open, closed, whatever. It'll stay where it's not trying to pull readings and it's just trying to use like the fuel tables. Way too big of injectors for what the tune that's in this chip is. So we're not going to run it very long because I'm worried about it somewhat dumping fuel, but we're going to see if it'll fire up to life.
How's it feel? It's been many years.
Been at least 2 years since the car's run. Yeah, so it'll feel really good. And I probably already said it before, but I'll say it again. Like, there's several things on this that I didn't necessarily get right, but we're getting it running. And then I can come back through and clean a bunch of stuff up. Spark plug wires are just kind of hanging out at the moment. Those get cleaned up. Fix the throttle cable bracket.
Need a belt. We got the wrong size belt.
So there's several little things that'll have to, but if it get that touch of fire up, just get that boost of motivation. I'm also going to be gone for a week, so I won't be able to do anything on it for a week. So I really wanted to hear it run before I left. All right.
Okay, let me get this set up. Okay. Let's fire this bitch up.
Open up throttle blade a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, right quick. I feel like we need to give a little update. Where we're at, and sorry for not showing most of it, but I've hit a little bit of a wall, so to speak. We've been messing with it for a while, trying to get it to fire, having some issues with getting it to at least run. We've tested a number of different things, looked around, and we're kind of leading towards it's something with the tune. The chip that's in it right now was in my car, and it's quite a bit different. Well, I say quite a bit different, but it's not as, it was a little bit more toned down from what Ryan's setup is right now. And I think, yeah, it just doesn't, it's not happy with it. We were kind of messing with the throttle blade, and when we would have it wide open, we found out, like when we stopped messing with it a minute ago, that the car would it would fire up, but other than that, it just like cranks and cranks and cranks and cranks. So mechanically, everything sounds like it's okay. We think it's just the tune. We've tried running it with the tune. We've tried taking the chip out, so it just runs on the stock setup.
We have probably burned up the starter.
May have burned up the starter, but more concerned about the motor at that point, so it is what it is. Unfortunately, Ryan's getting ready to head out for a week, so we can't mess with it after today. It is a little bit more peace of mind that when we were messing with it, we got it to actually light and fire up. It just wouldn't stay running. We're gonna mess with it a little bit, kind of tweak the timing, see if we can get anything else out of it. That way we can have some stuff to mull over while he's gone. When he gets back, we're gonna go take this chip and have a tune put on it, a startup tune. That way we can maybe get it to run and idle decent. We can bring it up to temp, make sure the fans come on, make sure everything's working okay before we actually take it there. It'll allow us to, let it idle, leak check everything, make sure all the nuts, nut and bolt check, everything's good before we do take it.
Kind of like Jesse said. So, and I think we were filming. It fired and it ran.
Yeah.
It puttered a couple times and boom, it fired up and ran for a second. And it seemed like it was kind of searching for idle, just a touch. I mean, it was still RPM pretty high, and it started kind of coming down and it petered out, and then we cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked until we burned up the starter, and it wouldn't fire, and it was very much, or I can't say burn up starter. Starter's just staying engaged now. The Bendix isn't. You could. We weren't filming at the time, but you could hear the moment the starter stopped. You know, the Bendix stopped pulling out. I got kind of worried. I was like, I think we got those fly cuts deep enough. Kind of tripping about it for a minute, but then once it started firing, because I was like, man, maybe we bent valves and I just don't have any compression. But once it started firing at full throttle, like if we held the throttle like all the way open and started firing, like, all right, I know it's making compression, you know, otherwise it wouldn't fire. So the only thing, I really think it's a chip and the tune that's on it. The only thing I want to do is maybe I stabbed the distributor at 0, and I put a little bit of timing in it. I was like, you know what, maybe we stick a little bit more timing in it, see what happens. Maybe a little bit more timing will get her to rum. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I got timing light, the oldest timing light you've ever seen. I can't say oldest, I got probably an older one, but a pretty old, and I think at the time was probably not super expensive. It's a borrowed unit, it's on loan. It's timed on pretty much all of our cars. It's basically it gets, but I'm gonna try to, you know, set it like 10 degrees while it's cranking, which isn't the best, but like, you know, see if I can get it to, you know, do something more than what it's doing now. So no, it's just not spinning fast enough. Whenever it flashes, it's like it's the slowest strobe you've ever seen. You can't see nothing. I just put a little timing in and see what happens. All right. Unfortunately, played with it, and you can't really check timing when it's cranking. You kind of can if you're better than me, but I mean, it's hard and I can't. I can kind of see it. I think I've got it right there, but I just can't get it to, got it to putter a little bit, but just can't get it to run. We're honestly out of time, and I mean, it's a tune. Too much different than like stock setup, and with the chip out of it right now, it's on a stock computer, and it's not going to work. We're gonna have to wait till next time, and we'll see about going to get the chip, getting the startup tune put on it, and finishing up a lot of the you know, odds and ends. See about getting it running, but unfortunately could not get it to run in this episode, and this is where I have to bid Jesse and you all adieu. So next weekend we're gonna have this thing running. If you've watched this far into the video, if you've watched the entire video, we really appreciate it. This is something that has been a long time coming, and I'm gonna make these videos whether you guys watch them or not, but I really would like for you to watch them. It helps my self-esteem. So
views, likes, and comments are directly correlated with our happiness.
yeah, my self-esteem is gonna be way low if nobody but my mother comments on this. But all right, we'll see you guys next time.
That's so much better.